Hey everyone, I'm glad you're able to make it to celebrate our classmate, Lydell Carr. Thank you. All right. We're excited for an event that hasn't happened to our class before, unless you guys can tell me it has, to get a street named after someone in our class. And if you don't remember me, I'm Stacy. Hey. Good to see everyone. And I'm so glad that you were able to make it out for this event. And when we got the street named, this is what I had in mind, coming to your house and doing this right here at your house, Lydell. I did. I had this in mind. So again, I'm glad that you're able to make it. And I want the class of '84 to give me 184, 84, 80, 84. All right. That's all I wanted. We'll do it again. But today we came to celebrate Lydell Carr. Lydell, all the hard work that he put in, we didn't recognize it as kids. I coached high school football for 6 years in Colorado. I recognized it, and it was on my mind way back then. I was like, wow, that's a lot of work for them to come and win a state championship. We barely made the playoffs. It was lucky. They won a state championship, so there was a major accomplishment for you and everyone that was there. So Lydell really put a lot of joy in our heart and in our mind coming up through the years. But then when he went to Oklahoma and won a national championship, again, Boomer. It's okay, Oklahoma State fans. It's okay. Boomer! All right, thank you. But again, I recognize all the hard work that Lydell put in. And the big thing that I remember about Lydell is not that he was a great football player, is that Lydell was a great guy. If something went on and happened, it'd be like Lydell comes over and he gives you that smile and he says hello, and he's just a great guy. And so who else could we give something like this to admonish besides Lydell, our friend Lydell Carr? So at this time, I want to hear from someone from the '83 state championship team. Is there anyone? Danny Collins. Right there. Danny.
I don't know if anybody remembers me. I'm Danny Collins. Everybody here know Lydell? Yeah. So when Stacy was planning this and he asked some of us to come up at the city council to kind of promote this, to introduce a lot of them, a lot of people there did not actually know everything about Lydell. So we got to talk about his character. We had some highlight films, his Enid High stuff, what kind of person he is. That's one thing about Lydell is if Lydell was a asshole, I probably wouldn't be here, even though he is my teammate. But Lydell, I got to talk a little bit about him, kind of got a little emotional, which I do. I'm getting old. But I called Lydell the other day, about 2 weeks ago, and I talked to him, and the humility, he's kind of embarrassed by this. As great as he is and everything that he's done, he's always been that way. He's always been humble. He's always a teammate, the ultimate teammate. I think I'm probably the only person here that's ever went through two-a-days with him, through football team meetings, been in a huddle with him, looked him in the eye when we needed 4 yards, and we knew he'd get us whatever we needed. And that's another thing I was going to apologize to him about. Lydell had like 2,072 yards rushing his senior year, right? He could have had 3 or 4 if we'd have needed it. 3 or 4,000. He spent most of the fourth quarters on the sidelines, and that's part of our fault, our defense, his football team, and his coach, because we weren't pad statters or stat padders. We got him out of there. We didn't want our stud getting hurt. But through all of this, humility, and he always talks about his teammates. He gives his little short line the credit. He gives his defensive credit, and he was the ultimate teammate. I don't know if we had won a state championship without him, but darn sure helped. You know what? Anyway, I just wanted to congratulate him and let him know the football team is proud of everything he's done, who he is. And this is a long time coming. I always thought this street was Carr Street anyway. They just finally put it. You know, somebody asked where UPS is at, and I said it's across the street from Lydell's mom's house, you know. But anyway, I'm glad to see a lot of people showed up. Our teammates, a lot more of them will be here tonight. A lot of them got jobs and live out of town and stuff. But we're all proud of him. And he's one of us. He's been one of us. Even when he was at OU and when he went to the NFL, he was still one of the 1983 state championship teammates. Mr. Krabs, if we got time, there's a gentleman here that asked if he could talk. I told him he could steal a little bit of my time. He's a 80-something year Enid resident. Yes.
Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, the Carr family, Lydell, you don't remember me, and I'm sure your mom, well, yeah, she does. Because several commission meetings ago, why, when we go to a football game back when in Lydell's days, you got a program, you got a number on there. And every once in a while they call out a number. Well, they called out my number. And I got a signed football that I presented to Mrs. Carr several commission meetings ago. Lydell was not there. I don't know what you were doing, Lydell, but anyway, your mom was there, and I was very proud, and so was the people that was there, to have her accept that football. At 82 years old, there's not a whole lot that you can do to excite an 82-year-old. But the only thing we have now is memories. And I want you to know one of the memories that I have is going over there on a cold, windy night. And Tulsa, Washington lined up. And that kicker picked up the ball. He showed it right over there to Lydell and said, "We're going to take you out in the first part of this game, and you're not going to be able to play anymore." They kicked it off. Lydell caught that ball and went all the way for a touchdown.
And by the way, that ball's in my truck right now. My wife was like, "What are you doing with that?" I said, "I don't know. I just felt like I needed to bring it." You know.
We'll give it back to you in just a second. Again, I want to thank all of you for coming out, especially the family and Mother Carr for being here. I know she'd been down, had some surgery, and she's up, and good to see you. Good to have you here. And Lene, his sister, and a couple of brothers. I saw Tony and Daryl. So good to see you guys here. Thank you. But I want to, at this time, give it over to our mayor, David Mason, to has a proclamation for us. Thank you.
Thanks, Stacy. I appreciate it very much. Can you hear me all right? Lydell, first of all, thank you so much for what you've done for our community. I didn't move to Enid until 2006, but it didn't take long until someone goes, "You know Lydell Carr," you know, and you had to learn that pretty quick when you moved to Enid. I also want you to know that I've got to speak in front of a lot of crowds in the last year and a half. I've spoken at a lot of commission meetings where they've gotten a little rowdy, a little crazy. Never have I spoke in front of a bunch of cattle that are speaking back at me. So this is an absolute first. So thank you again. Thank you again. Yeah. Now I will tell you, the night that we voted on changing the name of this road, you know, there's more goes into it than just changing a sign. People have to change their address, have to change their driver's license, their passports, all those type things. So it's something that we really take into consideration before we do that. But this was an easy choice, and it was just simple. There was virtually no discussion on the thing. We got that done, and I'm very glad that we had the opportunity to do that. What I'd like to do, if it's all right, is to read a proclamation, and then I'd like to give you this sign for your home, okay? So, bear with me. This proclamation says, whereas 40 years ago on December 1983, the Enid High School football team won the Class A state championship. And whereas in 1983, this team was named Little Team with a Big Heart. The team was outweighed by 100 pounds on the offense and the defensive line. I told them, all you've got to do is just slow them down a little and get out of the way. That's what Lydell Carr said. Whereas I remember being by myself and catching the ball in the air. I went right down the middle, Carr said. The guys did a great job blocking. It was like the Red Sea opened up. Whereas Carr ran for 164 yards that night and 2 touchdowns as a Plainsman, beat the Hornets 14-0 at Tulsa Union. He ran for 2,077 yards as a senior, as Enid won its first title since 1966. Carr still holds the single season and career record of 3,326 yards at Enid High School. Whereas teamwork makes dream works, and it certainly did in November of 1983 for the Enid High School football team. Now, therefore, I, David M. Mason, on this important occasion, by the virtue and the authority vested in me as mayor, and on behalf of the city of Enid, do hereby recognize the lasting impact victory and declare September the 27th as State Championship Day. Congratulations. I want to hand you this.
And I was speechless, couldn't believe that, I would get such an honor. So thank you, Stacy, for believing in me, okay? I am truly humbled by this extraordinary gesture. This street, like any path, is a symbol of the journey that we all take in life. The highs, the lows, everything in between. And I'm grateful to everyone who walked the journey with me. Mom, thanks for raising me in the church. When Pastor Norwood would get up and speak, I was listening, okay? And I've been through some stuff. And I know there's a name that's above every other name that's out there, and that name is Jesus. I know that when I'm lost, he comes to find me. I know if I can't find my way, he shows me the right way to take. So I was listening all that time, Mom. So if we could just give God his glory, even during our bad times, but especially when we're blessed during the good times. So if we could just give God a hand clap right now. To my teammates, this was just never about just me. What I remember about the championship game is Tim Bonnewell, offensive line, telling me, Lydell, they're big. We're going to slow them down, okay? But it's not going to last long, so you're going to have to move fast, okay? Then I remember Danny, Jeff Ring, linebackers, and the rest of the defenses drawing a line at the goal line and saying, you're not going to get in. You're not going to score. And they didn't. Thanks, Danny. So as far as my teammates, together we created some memories that will last a lifetime. And I am saddened by the recent loss of one of our teammates, Kelly Kellum. And I ask you to continue to pray for Nancy and the family. To my family and friends, this wouldn't be possible without your love and support. My brother Tony saw something in me as a young kid and said, well, if you try football, I'll buy you a brand new 10-speed bike. And I wanted that bicycle, so I Said, okay, yeah, I'll try it. And brother, who knew that it would come to all this? To the coaches, thank you for your guidance, your belief in me. You push me to be better every day. I can recall practicing at Oklahoma, Brian Bosworth, my freshman year, and we're practicing, and I'm bringing it. He's like, Lydell, it's just practice. What are you doing? I said, well, there's a guy named Coach Lancaster, and this is how he taught us to practice. So that's all I know. To our fans who have been with us every step of the way, your energy, your passion fueled the game, every challenge, and every win. To the city officials, community members, and everyone else who made this possible, thank you from the bottom of my heart. To my wife of 36 years, I know you've been through some stuff too. No, just thanks for our three beautiful children, Chris, Caitlin, Jackie, for their undying love and support. I am honored to be your husband and their father. Finally, I hope the street becomes more than just a name. May it be a symbol of perseverance, compassion, and everlasting community. May it remind us that no matter where we come from, we can all have the power to make a difference. Thank you for this incredible honor, and may God bless you.